Manipulation tactics, social engineering, part 10. Have you been lied to? Yes. Why did you not lie back? Exactly. I'm going to talk about that today. So, when somebody lies to you, you really have two options for real. Because one that doesn't exist is forgive them. And you should never forgive somebody that lies to you because they didn't care about you if they lied to you. So that's not even in the fucking equation, right? So when somebody lies to you, you either lie back or cut them off. And if you don't want to cut them off, because this whole series is about manipulating situations and relationships so you can still be beneficial and gain what you want to gain in that relationship, whether it be something material, utility, connection, whatever the fuck it is, and you can apply this to any relationship you want to, romantic, new relationship, new friendship. But realistically, you just apply this to when you just met somebody and you're trying to figure them out, because that's when you can really manipulate a situation, because they don't know which of your actions are genuine to you or this manipulation is now genuine to you in this relationship, right? And so when somebody lies to you, what they just did is they introduced dishonesty into this relationship. And like I said, you can cut them off or forgive them, but you should never forgive them. So realistically, all you should do is cut them off, but then you lose utility to that person who introduced dishonesty to this relationship. And so what you can do is lie back. Okay? Now you're equal, right? What do they say? An eye for an eye keeps the whole world blind. A lie for a lie keeps the whole world blind. Because now they were dishonest to you, right? And the odds, and like I said, there is exceptions like genuine connections, right? But in this manipulation situation, if somebody lies to you and they didn't speak on it or address it, this is no longer a genuine connection, right? So if somebody lies to you and you lie back, nobody knows what the fuck's going on. And now you have advantage. You have leverage, right? Because if they lied to you and they didn't speak on it, then they assume that you believed it or you forgave them. But the thing is, you shouldn't forgive them for it, but you should forget it, right? Like I said in another episode, I think it was episode 1 or 2, is act like you forgot, because then it'll just allow you to gain more insight on this person. It'll allow you to let them think that they can move more freely. They're going to think that they can just keep lying more. They can think that they can just go back on their word with you more and that you just don't give a fuck. But the answer is, or the reality is, you don't give a fuck, but you're being aware and you're manipulating the situation, right? So once they lie to you, they assume that you believed it or you forgave them, right? Now it's your turn to lie back. And now they don't know what's the truth or not, because their assumption is you forgave them or you didn't believe it. And at that point, they already think something of you. They already have a perception of you, and your manipulation is working. So they will automatically assume that you're stupid and didn't notice, or they assume that you're somebody that can be lied to. So once you lie back, you're now playing undercover. Now they don't even know what the fuck's going on. And honestly, this is one of the most like power taking moves that you could do in a relationship or gaining insight on somebody, right? And a lie doesn't have to be anything big, but you just need to notice it, because it's a character reveal. Because with your genuine relationships that you don't want to involve this in, that are just genuine, because there's exceptions, right? This would never be a thing. Like your best friend, if they're a great best friend, if they made plans with you and they just never spoke on it, that's damn near lying. Saying, oh, we're gonna meet up Tuesday, and then Tuesday comes around and nobody says shit. They just lie to you. And then y'all talk again like nothing happened. They assume that you forgave them, or fucking that they can just get away with shit like that to you, right? Or it can be something like, hey bro, I'm gonna help you move on this day. And then that day comes around, nobody helps you move. and then y'all get back to talking like friends. So they're assuming that you're stupid and you forgot, or that they can get away with this, right? So now that's what I'm saying, like, that's not real, that's not genuine. So it's now your turn to lie back in situations like that, right? And it doesn't have to be the same type of lie back, but now dishonesty was introduced, and it's to your turn to return to dishonesty, because relationships are all about mutuality. That's what relationships are. Respectful relationships are about being mutual, and you can respect this relationship by agreeing to be dishonest, right? And this isn't about how to be a great person, how to be the right person. This video is called Manipulation Tactics, Social Engineering People to gain insight, get utility, get fucking material shit, get connection, wherever the fuck you want out of this, right? So now it's your turn to lie back. You can do the same shit that they did. Maybe tell them that you're gonna help them with something and then never do it, and then see how they react, right? And now, if this is where you get the power position, because now you make a lie. Let's use an example and say you make plans, right? How they made plans with you, or promised to help you with something or some shit, right? And they didn't fall through, and they try to act like nothing happened. Well, now it's your turn to do the same shit. Make some plans, for example, right? Don't say shit. Make plans that you don't intend to go on at all, just so you can get equal in this relationship. And now you get to see their character, right? You make the plans, don't say shit. When the time comes, if they address you like, yo, what happened? Lie again. Now you have leverage, because they just fucking did that to you, and now you're returning it, and you're causing them to come back because they know they lied before. So let's say, example start now, right? Somebody tells you that, yo, let's link up on Tuesday. Tuesday comes around. You don't link. They don't say shit. They don't say, yo, my bad, I was busy. Yo, actually not today, right? And then y'all talk on Friday, and they say nothing about standing up to plans or not following through, right? So now this is where you can be like, all right, let's do Thursday. This Thursday, upcoming Thursday. Thursday comes around, don't even intend on going to that shit. Just intend on making up a bullshit excuse so you can get a character review. Thursday comes around, don't say shit. Now you're equal. They might say something to you, they might not. But if they do, now you're at leverage, because you're about to double down on the lie, and it's about to reveal their character, right? So then let's say Friday comes around, they're like, yo, how come you didn't hit me up Thursday? Say some bullshit. Just lie. They just introduced lying. Oh, I got busy, bro, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Now what is their perception of you? At least you even replied to fucking give a reason, right? Versus them, they're probably only asking you because they lied the week before, and they know that shit was fucked up. And what you did in a genuine relationship, that would be fucked up. But in a relationship where you're manipulating, you just got them to crawl out a little bit, to move a little forward, and that's ultimately what you want. You want them to come towards you more, because that's how you gain leverage. So they asked you, you just lied about it. And now you're running in the dishonesty that exists in this relationship. And you also found out that they probably actually did feel a way about that shit. They don't like getting lied to, right? Or they don't like getting stood up. It's the same shit. Neither do you. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't address it, because what I say, confrontation is not good for things you're trying to manipulate. Because it's just going to end in one or two things, right? Imagine if you asked them. They probably would have made up a fucking lie. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't hit you up, if they didn't care enough to hit you up and be like, yo, my bad, I can't make it today. What the fuck makes you think they're gonna tell the truth about this shit? You know what I'm saying? All my genuine relationships with my friends, if we're not, can't do some shit no more, bro's like, yo, my bad, I couldn't do this shit. Yo, actually not today. The day before, the day of, 30 minutes before, it doesn't fucking matter. Somebody who genuinely cares about you, somebody who has your best interest, who's not just doing this shit to get something, they're going to make sure that you're good. They're going to make sure that you're not concerned about anything like that. If they just did it last week and they expected you to forgive them or assumed you forgot, and now you do it back and they fucking need an answer, they obviously don't being like being lied to. So why the fuck did they do it to you? The answer is not because they care. So if the answer is not because they care, I don't know what the answer is. So that's why you need to do shit like this. That's why you need to have mutual dishonesty when it comes. Or you can just cut them off. But if you're trying to manipulate the shit and get utility still and keep it ongoing, because that's all this manipulation shit is about, is keeping the relationship ongoing so you can gain insight, utility, like I said, right? So you just found something out about them just by doing exactly what they did to you. They don't like being lied to. So why the fuck did they lie? Because if they don't like being lied to, they value their self in some way. If they just lied to you, how do they value you? And granted, everyone should value themselves more, just because that's how it works. In the world, you should care about yourself more than you should just care about yourself the most. But if you have a genuine person that you care about and that you want the best for, you should never lie to them. You should never make them feel stood up. You should never do any shit like that. Because none of my genuine good friends do that to me. I don't do that to any of my genuine good friends. Because I care about myself. I don't like being lied to, so I don't want them to be lied to, and I don't want them to feel worried. I care about them. You see what I'm saying? It's a character reveal. They introduce dishonesty, but they don't like dishonesty. Use that to your advantage. Use that to your advantage to give this shit more shelf life, so that way you can still get your utility and your fucking connection, your use, your material, whatever the fuck you want. Because now you know what they don't like, but they'll put it onto you. And it's all about mutual. Relationships lasting are all about mutual. Just mutual reciprocation. Like fucking toxic, abusive relationships, both the people are toxic. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Get money relationships, both people are helping each other get money. Creative relationships, both people are being creative. Now, if you're finding out this person and you're trying to manipulate it and gain some shit, they just introduced dishonesty. Now it's about dishonesty. And fuck it. As long as we both get what we want. Just like every other relationship I stated. Feel me? Toxic relationships, they just both want to be with somebody. Creative relationships, both people want to create some shit. Money relationships, both people want to make money. This person just introduced lying. You want to use this person for connection, utility, fucking insight, manipulate, whatever the fuck, right? Now we're both lying and we're both gonna get what we want. Cause you're lying to me because you probably want some shit. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah, bro. It's a short one. I don't gotta explain that shit too much. If somebody lies to you and you're not gonna cut them off, just lie back. L is for liar. Now you know I'm getting thumbnail. Episode 10, bro. And next episode, I'm gonna talk about genuine relationships. Cause they do exist, bro. They're just less often than like shit where the person wants something. Cause if you haven't seen the episode in the series, you need to. Cause I'm pretty much just talking about how most people want something and that's the shit you need to manipulate. Because just most people just want something. That's either connection, validation, utility, fucking actual material shit. They want your presence. They want some shit. And that's what you should be manipulating so you don't get taken advantage of for what they want. And naturally, every human wants to give and receive something. You know what I'm saying? And they want to receive something, but they're willing to be dishonest for it. They're willing to stand you up. They're willing to tell you things that they're not going to do. So what the fuck do you need to do back? Is do the same shit so you can still get what you want, just like how they're doing. But they think that you're stupid and forgot, or they think you're forgiving. But that's not the case. You just act like you forgot because that gets you further, because it shows you more about their character. Just how I said in other episodes, just how if you do this in scenario, it just shows you they don't like being lied to, but they're willing to lie to you. So just lie back. Boom. Free game. Bow.